Welcome to Old Folks Racing PS4. Welcome to the Nordschleife with the Audi R8 LMS GT3. Championship standings after 42 rounds. Kev Allen with 41 points advantage over Simon Allen. Diogo Silva and Andy Booth and Andy Bramall follow that back. Qualifying an unusual first row with Diogo Silva. He chose this combo, he must like it. Michael Langley with an excellent first row, with Simon Allen and Jambo on the second, and Stuart Brand and Todd Antonio in an excellent third row, with some drivers failing to complete a qualifying lap as lights out. And who has jumped the start already? That is Michael Langley, and that is a total disaster for Michael because he has been given a drive-through penalty. Right from the off, we have drama at the Nordschleife. Here with Michael Langley leading the race into the first chicane, followed by Diogo Silva, who is receiving some pressure from Jambo as they attack the Grand Prix loop of this Nürburgring circuit before entering the mighty Nordschleife. We are here already at the S's before the tight left-hander, and actually Jambo has he hasn't gone to second place. He is in third. He's under pressure from Simon Allen now into this Michael Schumacher corner. Didn't quite work there, as all the drivers are very tidy in this first lap. Simon really putting pressure on Jambo. He really wants that third place, and he thinks he can fight for victory here today, as Kev Allen is he was stuck in 10th place after not being able to complete the lap in qualifying, but is already up to 5th. So Kev Allen surely is going to be a factor in this race as they approach the Vito chicane, as Simon Allen really putting pressure on Jambo. Could he make a move on the inside of the Vito chicane on the first lap? Not quite. This is the fast version of the chicane that we are using here in the Nürburgring combined loop. And here comes Simon Allen now on the inside at the entrance of the Nordschleife. It didn't quite work as Jambo is completely defending his podium position at this stage. First lap and someone is off. That's Todd Antonio. Todd Antonio at the entrance of the Nordschleife has lost it and has had a very slight off. Here we are already, first lap out of 3 in this really long circuit. We follow Kev Allen into the Hatzenbach area. He is following Simon Allen and Jambo. So we have now a 3-way battle for the final podium position. Michael Langley is leading. Diogo Silva is in second, but he will inherit the lead when Michael comes for his inevitable drive to penalty, as we are now going through the Flugplatz. It's a very fast section. The car jumps a little bit. There you saw Simon Allen's car jumping a little bit. Kev Allen really running wide into this very fast right-hander, as we continue to go fast here at the Nordschleife, approaching Schwedenkreuz for the first time. It's a very tricky corner. You can waste your afternoon in YouTube watching crashes now, and Jambo has crashed there. Jambo has crashed and is off at Arenberg. He's gone completely straight, and Jambo liberates Simon Allen for this third place. Kev Allen inherits 4th place naturally, and now we might as well see a battle of the Allens. Jambo presses the reset button, but he has lost a lot of time. He's in 10th place, which I believe is last in this race because Dirk Talliard had a few connection issues. He wasn't unfortunately able to join. So did Andy Bramall, that had a problem with his wheel. He is out of this race as well before it even started. So from 12 drivers signed up for this race, we are currently seeing 10 at the mighty Nordschleife. Here comes Kev Allen running wide there on the approach to Kallenhardt. He is in the hunt for 3rd place as Simon Allen continues to hold that 3rd place at front. Actually, Michael Langley is doing an incredible job just keeping Diogo Silva at bay. That was a difference of almost 3 seconds. But of course Michael is going to have to go for that drive-through penalty. Here come Kev and Simon now to the Verseifen area. It's the slowest corner in the Nordschleife. Then running down to Braunschweig here at this left-hander. You've got an entrance to Nordschleife there, into X-Muller. This corner, very tricky one, right-hander. We are approaching the very fast Lauda left corner, which is where Niki Lauda had his famous accident in 1976, and now this corner is named after him. Here they go, into Bergwerk. Kev really is following Simon through this section, but really not able to make a pass. The Nordschleife is notoriously narrow, and it's tricky to make a move here, as we see Scott Daveley, who is in an excellent 7th place, just behind Frankie, the rookie, here doing a good job. They're in 6th place, now through Castellson. This is completely flat out through here, through this valley area. Although it's slightly upwards, you don't see that in the game, but it's you do feel that the car is having some difficulties just getting to full power, and that's because we are going up slightly. Otherwise, it's fairly flat out through here as well. Here is not flat out, you need to brake a little bit, and Frankie was almost running wide there into that left-hander, as we see Kev Allen and Simon Allen now approaching the carousel for the first time. They keep running 3rd and 4th, and Kev is, I think, just waiting for the right opportunity, I should say. And then here he comes the right opportunity. Kev Allen on the inside, and he gets the job done on Simon Allen. Simon made a little mistake going out of the carousel, as we now go into the highest point in this Nordschleife. That's this right-hander here, as the leaders have basically disappeared from sight of this pair that is battling for effectively 2nd place. Here it comes to Vipperman, now comes Kev Allen, followed by Simon. Simon is getting a bit anxious there through that section there. Here comes Jambu now attacking Todd Antonio. They are a bit behind that leading pack. Otherwise they keep battling for 9th place, and Jambu here is already going through that section that leads into Vipperman, and then here comes Todd Antonio into the grass, but he still manages to defend. No, he doesn't. He goes into the grass again, and someone has spun. Oh dear, that was Chris Russell span and hit Jambu. That was a total carnage there at Eschbach, I believe. Just after Vipperman, as we see now Chris Russell again off at Brunchen. All sorts of mayhem and action on the Nordschleife. Of course, these old folks are very talented drivers, but it's a lot of corners to remember. There are like almost 80 corners here at this Nordschleife. We are almost at the end of the first lap, and the Stefan Beloff S's. That was Stuart. No, that was Frankie. Frankie, who was in 6th place, now loses that 6th place to Scott Daveley. Scott doing a nice job there. He may not be the fastest driver around this Nordschleife, but for sure he is being one of the most consistent, as we now in the long straight, as Diogo Silva is lining up a move on Michael Langley. We haven't seen this. We saw Michael having almost 3-second advantage just a few corners ago. A few means like maybe 20 corners or so ago, into Antonius Buscha now, into Tiergarten for the first time. This is a very scary section in real life, I can assure you. Into the big breaking point now for Hohenrein at the end of the first lap, and Michael Langley runs wide. He runs wide, but he has to pit. He will let Diogo Silva through. Diogo Silva is the new leader at the end of the first lap. Here comes Michael Langley for his drive-through penalty, reminding you that this drive-through penalty has been caused by him jumping the start. Michael is going to have to drive at 80 kilometers an hour in that pit lane. It must look like forever. Let's see where he ends. Simon Allen goes through in 3rd place. Kev Allen is in 2nd. Michael Langley is going to come back in 4th, I think, because Stuart Brand is now crossing the line, is in 5th place. Nicely done by Stuart. Again, looking for consistency as his weapon, which is a very, very effective weapon around this Nordschleife. Stuart continues to be in 5th place. Here comes the first chicane. It's a very weird chicane. Avoids that slightly longer loop that they have there in the actual GP circuit. I don't know why they do this. If they are going for 22 kilometers, they might as well add 2 or 3 more, and that chicane looks really strange when you drive it. It's not the most obvious chicane. It's not very well designed either. As we know, as Jambo, that has had an eventful first lap with an off at Schwedenkreuz that then led into a big off at Arenberg, the following corner. And then he crashed against the stationary Chris Russell at Wipperman. That wasn't his fault at all, but he is basically now in 9th place with Chris Russell, the other driver involved in that particular incident, now sitting 10th. Todd Antonio is in front of them in 8th. Frankie has lost the 6th place he was holding with that slight off. I don't remember where it was. I think it was at Wipperman as well. So a very, very tricky corner, that one in particular. You just come with a lot of momentum, and then you just need to gauge the right speed to carry through that particular corner. But we have a nice battle here lined up for 6th place. Scott Daveley, that number 2 Audi R8. He's not far behind Stuart Brand, so maybe this battle is actually going to be for 5th place as they re-enter the Nordschleife now for the 2nd time into the Hatzenbach area. Here comes your leader, Diogo Silva, in Flugplatz. Nicely done there. He's driving very smoothly in that number 29 red Audi R8 LMS endurance version. It's a specially designed version for enduring the challenges of these very, very long and demanding circuit into Schwedenkreuz. Now big braking point here for Arenberg. One of the few corners where you actually have a gravel trap, because otherwise you just have the barriers right next to the track. Now going down, flat out into the foxhole for the 2nd time. Again, very tricky section, but completely flat out. Here is the actual foxhole corner, very tricky corner that you need to absolutely get right. Now braking for the Adenauer Forest area. Again, very slow, but you just need to get the right lines and the right momentum, not to lose too much speed. Here comes Jambo, is 51 seconds off the lead. He's in Flugplatz, and now someone is slowing down in front of him. That's Todd Antonio. Todd Antonio must have had an off there at the Flugplatz area, as Jambo is now lining up a move into Schwedenkreuz. Can he get it done? Can he get it done? Can he get into 8th place? Not quite. It's not a very good overtaking point here. You might as well wait for the next corner. He's got pressure from Chris Russell, and now it's Todd Antonio and Chris Russell. Both Todd Antonio and Chris Russell have a big off at Schwedenkreuz, and I continue to tell you that is a very, very messed up corner. Just YouTube Schwedenkreuz crashes and you can spend your entire afternoon looking at actual people in the Nordschleife crashing their cars. Sometimes they're cheap, sometimes they're expensive, but nevertheless very, very, very tricky corner, as Chris Russell, who was last, now with this off continues to be even laster, if this word existed in English, as he attempts with that number 1 Audi, but not sitting nowhere near the number 1 place. He is battling with this Nordschleife circuit. Now Diogo Silva going through Bergwerk into Kesselgen. Very, very fast area, and Diogo seems to have things a little bit under control. He's 4.8 seconds in front of Cavallen, and good Diogo, who chose this combo because he liked it, actually scored his 4th victory of the year. He of course has won a little bit every now and then, but quite infrequently. Last victory was in Monza with the Ferrari GT1, which was a slightly lucky win, has to be mentioned. Before that he won at Daytona and also won at Zolder with the Caterham. He is sitting on 3 victories, but Cavallen probably has other ideas, because in a few corners he's already recovered half a second. He now sits under 4 seconds. Simon Allen, does he have anything for the leading pair? It doesn't look like it, as he now breaks into Stahlstrecke. That's a very tricky breaking point just before the carousel. But Simon is sitting in a nice third place. Michael Langley, with that drive-through penalty, is going a little bit faster, but basically is still 9 seconds behind, which is not very much in Nordschleife running time, because very easily you can have a lap that is 9 or 10 seconds faster than the other driver. If you get it right and the other driver makes even a small mistake. Scott Daveley is in 6th. He's lost a bit of time to Stuart Brand, so he hasn't lost touch, but he certainly has been closer maybe a couple of minutes ago into the carousel, taking it smoothly there, consistently, not making any mistakes, and Stuart Brand has made a mistake in the carousel. Stuart Brand has spun at the carousel and has lost his excellent top 5, which is now owned by Scott Daveley, with Frankie recovering 6th place, and Stuart not happy to drop to 7th, but he still has more than a lap to go to recover some of the ground he lost, as we are almost finishing lap 2 now, and Diogo Silva is losing time to Kev Allen. The battle for the lead is most certainly not over, as he is now, it was under 3 seconds just a few moments ago. Stuart Brand nicely done there at Wipperman, and then Eschbach trying to recover that 6th place that he lost with that spin at the carousel through Brunchen, otherwise known as YouTube Corner, for the enormous amounts of hours of YouTube videos of people crashing at this particular corner into the ice curve now for the 2nd time, and Stuart is really after Frankie now. Frankie is going to start having to defend as they approach Flansgarten now. This is another very famous, there you go, the famous jump of the car there, which you can't really avoid, and probably the best idea is to not have any foot on any pedal when the car jumps as they go through the 2nd seconds of Flansgarten, as they go into the Stefan Beloff S's for the 2nd time. Of course, these S's honoring Stefan Beloff, the amazing sports car and Formula 1 driver that still holds the official record of the Nordschleife in that Porsche 962 with the 6 minutes and 11 seconds time, and I think that will probably never be beaten in an official way by any other car. Of course, Porsche did a lap of the 919 hybrid that also is good watching on YouTube, and that was under 6 seconds, but that wasn't really an official event or even an official car, because they basically tuned up the Porsche to be as fast as it could. Nevertheless, it's a great lap. If you haven't watched it, you should certainly watch it, as we see Kev Allen now entering the last lap with that number 1 car. Another driver using the number 1 car, but in this case he's also the number 1 in the championship standings, and he is going after Diogo Silva. It's under 4 seconds. Diogo has managed to resist the pressure, as now actually Frankie has opened the gap to Stuart Brand there through Tiergarten, and now through the last few sections of the circuit. These two are also going to start their last lap of this race. 3 laps of around 9 seconds. The leader is actually lapping in 8:35. Kev Allen lapping faster, 8:33, whilst Stuart and Frankie are lapping almost in the 9 minutes. And here comes Stuart now, really breaking late, trying to make a surprise move there, trying to surprise Frankie into the first corner, and didn't work out, but he's actually recovered a lot of ground at the beginning of the Grand Prix loop here on the last lap. So this is certainly not over, and we will see what they do in the last lap. Fantastic battle. Oh, Stuart there making a small mistake at the exit of that left-hander. Now going through the Michael Schumacher corner, this hairpin here, as Stuart really closes on Frankie in some corners, but then loses time in other parts of the circuit. Here comes this very fast chicane that leads to a very significant braking braking point. Let's see if Stuart is going to try to surprise Frankie again. He's certainly there goes Frankie braking a little bit early. Stuart making a nice job there following Frankie as they now approach the end of the Grand Prix loop into the entrance of the Nordschleife, and Stuart has made another mistake on exit, but he still continues to basically go after Frankie. That's the battle for 6th place. Up front we have a very stable gap, as it was 3.9 the last time we looked at the leaderboard. It's now 4.2. as the leaders are well into the Nordschleife for the last time as we continue to follow. And Stuart must have a problem in the exit of corners, because he just seems to turn a little bit too much, and then at exit that is compromising his line and therefore his exit speed, as we now are through the Hatzenbach area, which is a tricky spot to overtake. So maybe Stuart is going to line up a move here for the faster section that follows this right-hand corner here, which is Hoheischen. I hope I pronounced that well. But now we're going to the Flugplatz area, and then the really fast right-hander that leads into quite a fast section where a move is possible, but he's a little bit too far behind, Stuart. I think he's a little bit too far behind. Let's see how this right-hander is done. No, Frankie did a good job there, and I think he's got the job done. As we see Michael Langley actually now completely on top of Simon Allen, and this is last lap desperation here as Michael tries to recover to a podium position. There we go, similar liveries, but I don't think they are going to be teammates here because Michael is frustrated as hell. He basically could be fighting for victory, and then Simon has run wide. He's feeling the pressure there into Kallenhardt, as this is not over by any means as they go now into the three-way rights. There's the first, there's the second, there's the third, and a nice section there by Michael and by Simon. No one actually lost any time into Verzeifen. I hope that I pronounced that again correctly. That's the slowest corner in the entire Nordschleife. And now going down, so maybe Michael can line up a move either, well, here is a bit tricky to pass, maybe before Bergford or then into Kesselchen. Maybe in the fast section he can line up a move if he has got a good exit from Bergford. He seems to have a very good exit from X-Mullen now into the Lauda corner for the last time, and I think he's lining up a move into Bergford, but Simon sees it coming. Simon sees it coming and protects on the inside. Really nice battle here. The two of them went into Bergford, now into Kesselchen. Can Michael line up a move? This is definitely possible to overtake here. It is flat out, but if you have a faster car, you can just line up a move and then brake bravely, and that's what Michael is doing, but Simon is resisting. But here comes Michael on the outside now, side-by-side racing at the Nordschleife in Old Fonts Racing PS4, and that we want to see between these drivers. Really no room for error now into Moot Curva, and Simon made a little mistake there but kept the position into closer tower. Oh, and Michael runs wide there. Michael runs wide into now the braking point into Staufstrecke before the carousel, and Simon makes a mistake. Who's gonna get it? This is not over yet. Into the carousel. Here is tricky to overtake, or almost impossible. Where can Michael makes a mistake in the carousel. He's got to take the outside line, which is slightly slower, but not quite. But he's lost a few tenths of a second. Can he recover? This is the last lap. Battle for the podium. And what a battle. Haven't seen a battle like this in the Nordschleife for a very, very long time. As Michael now makes a mistake there into Hooghaart. Oh my God. I think this is probably over now because we have less than half a lap to go and Simon is in front of him and not making any mistakes. I think this is over now for Michael. It was a good attempt, but not quite enough to get third place. Nevertheless, he's got a good position for as a result here, and of course in race there's still race 2 to go. And no, Simon Allen runs wide at Eschwagen, now into Brunchen, which means that Michael is again right at the back. This is not over. It's not over yet now. They complete Brunchen now into the ice curve for the final time, and Simon runs wide again. Simon runs wide again. He's doing the pressure into Flansgarten for the last time. This is not an overtaking spot, generally speaking. There goes the jump. And Simon makes a mistake in Flansgarten after the jump, and Michael goes through. What a move! What a move! Incredible driving from Michael Langley and Simon Allen for third place. This was worth the entire afternoon. And well done to Michael for putting pressure on Simon and then getting the position. As we are in the last few corners of this race, Stuart Brand is in 8th place. Jambo has overtaken him, and Jambo spins! Jambo spins at Brunchen. It really looked like those YouTube movies that you see all afternoon while sipping beer and watching YouTube videos of people crashing at Brunchen, and Jambo was the latest. Sorry, if you do that here this afternoon at the end of race 1, this means that Stuart Brand is now in 7th. Jambo falls to 8th, with Todd Antonio holding him to 9th, and Chris Russell with the final championship point. Here comes your leader, Diogo Silva, that has now 9 seconds advantage to Cav Allen. Cav must have made some sort of mistake that we haven't seen. It was over, and I think Cav Allen is going to be disappointed with not challenging more, but Diogo Silva also did a great job as Cav Allen finishes yet again in 2nd place. It's his 13th second place of the season, which and Michael Langley has made a mistake into the final corner that was almost costing him 3rd place. But I was saying Cav Allen's 2nd place, 2nd place in Cav Allen is the most common result in old folks racing PS4. It's the only result that has happened 13 times this season, as Simon Allen finishes in 4th place. Scott Daveley, very consistent driving there from Scott, which is absolutely critical in this endurance racing here at the Nordschleife. Absolutely critical for to get a good result. Here he comes for the last time going into Tiergarten. He is in 5th, and 6th is not inside, so Scott can just take it easy. But somewhere back there was a battle. That was Stuart Brand going and overtaking Frankie. I think that worked. And Stuart is going to finish in 6th. I wish that the cameras would take us to the battle for 6th place, because now, Frankie has... Oh no, Scott, Stuart has lost time. Stuart has lost time as Frankie finishes in 6th and Jambo finishes in 7th. And where is Stuart Brand? There he comes at the back. He must have made some sort of mistake in the last few sections of the Nordschleife. As Todd Antonio is being chased in that number 6 Audi R8 by Chris Russell, but that's a little bit too late, as Todd continues and goes to cross the line in 9th place, and 10th is Chris Russell. What a race, and what a victory by Diogo Silva with Cav Allen, and very nice drive from Michael Langley as well. I can't wait for race 2. Stay with us.